San Diego State on Saturday over Weber State 6-0. They get UCLA at the Rose Bowl this upcoming Saturday at 1:15. Joining us right now, senior linebacker Troy Cassidy, who played very well against Weber State. Troy, we appreciate your time, and I'll start with Weber State. That had to be as good of a defensive effort as you remember for an Aztecs team. What sticks out the way you guys played on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we were just flying around having fun. I mean, first game of the year, we came out excited, a little bit nervous. But overall, I mean, we were just flying around having fun. We kind of just let the offense do what they did. We knew if we didn't let them score any points, then we come out with a W. So that's all we were focused on.
You guys only allowed 154 total yards against Weber State. That's the 6th time since 2015 that the Aztecs have allowed 154 or fewer yards. How do you remain this consistent? I mean, we're talking about your 4-year span of time at San Diego State. There's so many programs that envy this level of consistency. How do you do this year to year?
I think it's the way we practice. Coach Malone, I mean, he makes sure that every day the whole defense, the coaches included, come out ready to work. And he holds us to a high expectation, and we hold ourselves to a high expectation. And so, I mean, every day we come and prepare that way, and I think that's why it shows in games.
Troy, I've always been curious about this for a defensive player. Now, many times during your career at San Diego State, prolific offense, 30-plus points a game, big points on the board, not a lot of pressure on the defense to shut out an opponent. Did you almost relish the fact in this game that, like, you had no margin for error if you guys were going to come out with a W, that you guys on defense had to post the shutout? Is that something that you actually enjoyed?
I mean, whenever we can hold an opponent to no points, it's always a really exciting thing. It's for sure a little discouraging at some points when our offense isn't putting up any points, but, I mean, they trust us to do our job, and I mean, I'm sure down the road they're going to save our ass a couple times. So, I mean, it goes both ways, but we were just happy that we could do our job and just keep them to 0 points.
Troy Cassidy joining us, Aztec senior linebacker. They get UCLA Saturday in the Rose Bowl at 1:15 right here on Xtra. Troy, did you expect to play every snap on Saturday? You played all 51, I believe.
Going into it, I mean, I didn't really know what was going to happen. I knew I was starting. I knew I was going to play the whole time. But, I mean, it stayed tight the whole time, so that's how it goes. I stayed in the whole game, and we kept our starters in. And I mean, we were having fun the whole time, so I didn't mind it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, and you did a great job in pass coverage. I'm in the booth on the call for these games, and I mean, your name was mentioned often, and it's because in pass coverage, you were doing a nice job. I mean, held receivers going against you, I think, to under 20 yards. I mean, pass rushing, you got after that quarterback now. You hit him once, you hurried him twice, and then against the run, you had a couple great stops there as well. How come all of these linebackers, you and Keava Tizino, you guys, you're so versatile? Is that something repped at practice? Are you working with the defensive line as much as you are, repping one-on-ones against some of these tight ends and running backs out of the backfield?
So, we do one-on-ones versus the O-line, and we'll be down there with the D-line some practices, and then other practices we'll be covering the running backs out of the backfield. So, Coach Long tries to make the linebackers as versatile as possible. So he does a good job moving us around during practice, and we're getting reps at defensive end and back at linebacker depth. So we're playing all the linebacker positions. So we're getting experience at everything. And I feel like it helps and it shows in games when we're moving around, blitzing, whether we're in coverage, stuff like that.
We're talking with the pride of Carlsbad, San Diego State linebacker Troy Cassidy joining the Cannons. Troy, I know that you're watching film right now, getting ready for UCLA, hoping that their quarterback will continue to just drop the ball at random times and pick up a few easy fumbles. But beyond just playing against UCLA, playing against a Pac-12 opponent, you're also going to be playing a game at the Rose Bowl, one of the most famous football venues in the world. As a senior at San Diego State, I mean, is there something special for you to actually have a chance to play a game at the Rose Bowl?
Yeah, definitely. My grandpa went to USC actually, and so I kind of grew up being a USC fan and watching all those games. I was actually lucky enough to go to the Rose Bowl, one of the UCLA USC games when I was little. So I've always wanted to play in either the Rose Bowl or the Coliseum, and having an opportunity to do that on Saturday is like a dream come true. It's like almost too good to be true. So we're definitely coming in real excited, and I'll be excited for sure just knowing the history behind that stadium. It'll be a good time.
What would it mean to get the first win for San Diego State against UCLA? This is the 23rd time these two teams have played. What would it mean to get win number 1 for the Aztecs against the Bruins?
That'd be huge for us, I think. We don't really hype up our opponents too much, no matter who they are. We treat everyone with the same respect, and going into it, it's just another game. And yeah, we're staying humble, just focusing on this week.
Now, I know you've been watching a lot of college football like all of us. It feels like such a long wait before we can get back into this, and you're playing. But, you notice offenses are so explosive these days. Well, I'm going to give you another stat. Since the beginning of last year, San Diego State on defense have allowed the fewest explosive plays per opponent attempt in the nation. And, it's above all these SEC defenses. San Diego State's at the top of that list. How do you limit the explosive play? Is it good tackling? Is it something that you're doing defensively in particular, in your opinion? How do you get that done?
I would say practice. I mean, we're expected to have 100% effort on every play and run to the ball. And one of our mottos is to get all 11 guys to the ball in a bad humor, and that's what we try to do on every single play. That's how we practice, no matter what. Even if it's 7-on-7, anything like that, we're running the ball, tagging off on the receiver or the running back or whoever has the ball. And that's something that also shows up on game day too. Just everyone running the ball, maximum effort, and I think that's the best way to prevent those big plays from happening.
I want to go a little deeper on that, Troy. So everybody, all 11, arrive at the ball in bad humor. I mean, are you turning on the film and sometimes are guys getting called out for not hustling from across the field, or when, quote unquote, they don't have a chance to make the play? Is that how serious this is?
Yeah, no, it is that serious. Yeah, we'll get called out in defensive meetings for they're called loaf plays. And even if you're blitzing the backside of the play and the quarterback throws it deep to the opposite side of the field, you're expected to at least start getting a chase in, and not just sit back there and watch the play happen.
Troy, let's go back to when you first came to San Diego State. Along with your look, which has had a different look, he's got the great hair and everything, going the beard look. A little changes, as you get a little bit older. I understand all this, although personally my change has never come. I have the same look ever. But just if you were to sit down with yourself as a freshman, what would you tell him going in that maybe he didn't expect at that time to actually play out in your career at San Diego State?
It's tough. I mean, there's always things you could change, but to be honest, if I could go back and talk to myself, I would just say keep working hard, work your ass off, and just listen to what the coaches are telling you, because even if you think that it's nonsense at the time or you're frustrated or whatever, just keep fighting through, and in the end, they're usually right. So, but I don't know if I changed too much. I don't know what I'd say. That's a tough question.
Well, it is a tough question. One thing we do know, though, Rocky Long is very, very big on senior leadership. What does that mean to you now as a senior on this football team?
Yeah, last year, just seeing how the seniors led, I didn't feel like it was all the seniors were involved in it, and that's something I wanted to change this year. I wanted to get every single senior to have a voice on the team, not just the top couple players. And I think that's something that we have really instilled in the team since winter, just by showing it, like when we're doing tire fights in winter or racing on the field or during the workouts and stuff. We tried to get all the seniors as a unit to lead the team, and that's something that I feel like we got going different this year.
Troy Cassidy, San Diego State Aztecs senior linebacker. Troy, one more for you. Why have so many former Carlsbad High School players, guys like yourself, Christian Chapman, there have been many others, how come they all end up at San Diego State? What's that relationship like?
I'm sure Coach Mack over at Carlsbad has a good relationship with some of these coaches, and I mean, for me, I always wanted to stay local, and this was the perfect opportunity for me. And most of the guys that come from Carlsbad, it's the same exact thing. And so this is just a perfect opportunity to do that.
Well, Troy, we are pumped up for you to have this experience playing in the Rose Bowl. We'll be there. I'll be on the call. We're all rooting for you guys. 1-0 to start this season. There's a lot of good things ahead of you guys, and we wish you the best of luck and health.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you.